Dear colleagues, welcome to the OncoAlert Weekly Round-Up for the week of July 4th to the 10th, 2025. This is just an outline of some more picks of the top trials of the week, and for a deeper look, you can subscribe to our newsletter at www.oncoalert360.com or through the link below. That is www.oncoalert360.com. Let's start this week's Oncology Roundup with news from industry. The European Commission has approved Durvalumab as a first perioperative immunotherapy for resectable muscle-invasive bladder cancer. In the Phase 3 NIAGARA trial, the combination of neoadjuvant Durvalumab with cisplatin gemcitabine followed by adjuvant Durvalumab showed a 32% reduction in the risk of recurrence, progression, or death, and a 25% mortality reduction compared to standard chemotherapy and surgery. 2-year event-free survival hit nearly 68%, and overall survival exceeded 82%, reinforcing the clinical value of this approach in muscle-invasive bladder cancer. And moving on to breast cancer, the PRIM-BC trial asked the key question in stage 4 disease: does resecting the primary tumor help? In this randomized study of patients with de novo metastatic breast cancer, primary tumor resection did not significantly improve overall survival, but did lead to markedly better local control. Subgroup analysis hinted at a possible benefit for premenopausal women and those with limited metastatic burden, raising the possibility that surgery might play a role in selected patients. In another breast cancer study, important reassurance comes to young BRCA mutation carriers. An international cohort showed that breastfeeding after treatment for breast cancer did not increase the risk of recurrence or compromise survival, supporting its safety and helping us better counsel patients on reproductive health post-treatment. In prostate cancer, we have two major updates. First, the Violet trial, a first-in-human study evaluating terbium-161 PSMA, demonstrating a favorable safety profile at therapeutic doses in patients with metastatic castration-resistant disease. With no dose-limiting toxicities and encouraging preclinical data, this agent is now moving forward to larger studies. Meanwhile, results from the STAMPEDE trial explored whether metformin could improve outcomes when added to standard of care in non-diabetic men with metastatic hormone-sensitive prostate cancer. Unfortunately, no survival benefit was observed. However, metformin did mitigate some of the adverse metabolic effects of adjuvant deprivation therapy, perhaps leaving a role for symptom management, even if not for survival impact. And in kidney cancer, the SUNNIFORECAST trial, a first-of-its-kind prospective randomized study in non-clear cell renal cell carcinoma, showed that ipilimumab plus nivolumab improved 1-year overall survival compared to standard of care. This benefit was particularly pronounced in patients with PD-L1 CPS equal to or greater than 1, pointing to a promising immunotherapy approach in a histologically understudied population. Moving on to lung cancer, a real-world cohort of over 1,300 patients with resectable stage 2 through 3A non-small cell lung cancer showed strong 18-month distant metastasis-free survival rates of over 80% with both neoadjuvant and adjuvant chemotherapy. Yet, uptake of perioperative immunotherapy remained under 30%, highlighting the urgent need to improve biomarker testing and integrate these therapies more broadly into practice. And finally, a sobering look at disparities in cancer care. A national study of nearly 1 million patients revealed that Hispanic subgroups, including those that are Mexican, South Central American, Cuban, and Dominican, receive palliative intent interventions significantly less often than non-Hispanic white patients. These gaps underscore the need for more granular research and community-level strategies to ensure equitable access to care across all populations. And that's it, folks, this week's Roundup. We look forward to bringing you another great Roundup next week.